Perfect. So you know better than I that this is such a battleground, whether you can still stay with NVIDIA because there's so much potential upside, or whether it's time to rotate, as our last guest argued this week, that it's time to rotate into other parts of the industry. So why does NVIDIA have so much staying power, you think?
Well, I mean, first, we're actually rotating, within this space. And our favorite pick for most of the last year has actually been Micron, which, at the time we considered that sort of the poor man's way of playing AI because of the attractive valuation, the fundamentals we saw around that. It's not so poor anymore. Micron's up about 300% year to date, which is why we made this change.
Amazing call, by the way.
Thank you.
If you're right that NVIDIA has that much upside and it's going to triple, that would be quite something.
That would be great. But for right now, we see the opportunity in NVIDIA because the multiple has pulled back a bit. Stock hasn't done much in the last 6 months. And we do see some pretty strong fundamentals ahead for this year. The most important thing, however, and I think what's most misunderstood about NVIDIA is much of this upside is actually coming from pricing. And I think the concern on NVIDIA right now is about competitive pressure. There's others who can do chips and AI. Are they going to be able to maintain their market position? And we think the pricing tells the story there about both the sustainable competitive advantage they have as well as their ability to sustain the margins.
Who else? So when you say that you, to some extent, you are rotating, right? But for instance, when you say Micron was the pick last year, but this year, do you just say, well, it's in the market now? I'm curious what you would do with, as others are looking, elsewhere for the next big upside. You landed back at NVIDIA.
We did. And as said, and to be clear, we still like Micron. We still have an outperform rating on that stock. It's just that it's much less non-consensus as compared to last year. But NVIDIA's case right now, again, the multiple is in the low 20s right now on 26 numbers. We see upside to those numbers. And again, we talked about the pricing dynamic. As you go into 2027, they have another big product cycle. The product's called Rubin Ultra, where you have more memory on the chip. You go from 2 GPUs to chip to 4 GPUs. You increase the power. The whole premise of NVIDIA right now is, one, delivering value to the customers, providing more performance per watt, more performance per dollar, so that you can do more inference with the same amount of money, which the folks like OpenAI surely need. In addition to again, maintaining that competitive advantage against everyone else. And that's what we see over the next 2 years, which is why we think it's a good value right now.
And what's your response when people say, look at Gemini? I mean, every time you turn around, we're using it in the house more from a user point of view. It's being integrated into Siri now. So we're recreating the Apple, Google, iPhone. I don't want to call it monopoly. If they're using different types of processing units, these TPUs, at the margin, does that erode at NVIDIA's, possible addressable market?
Well, it's already in the market. TPU's already been in the market now, and I absolutely believe that TPU is NVIDIA's biggest competitor right now because the performance of those products are closer to NVIDIA than everyone else. But there's good reason for that, because Google's been at it. It's a TPU is going on its 7th generation right now. So they're really the only ones with that staying power that have been at this long enough. And I should say, it's not just the chip itself, but it's also all the networking and the systems right now. The chip performance alone is not enough to drive the performance that the customers need right now. There's a lot of other things. And so I absolutely believe that TPU is the closest competitor, but it's also because it's owned by Google. It's not going to be sold to the entirety of the market. There's another factor as well that NVIDIA has, which is a software advantage. They've got the best developed software tools for not just the big hyperscalers, but for some of the Fortune 500 companies that are developing their own AI as well. And that software provides them a competitive advantage as well that even Google can't match.
Really, the conviction is evident for the AI trade. Where do we stand in the AI trade for 26 and 27?
Yeah, and first, it was so great having you there, to share that special day. I mean, look, Nicole, me and you, and we've talked for years, I continue to believe the AI revolution is actually just hitting its next stage of growth. I mean, when you think not just what's happening in the data center, but think about physical AI, autonomous, now Apple in the AI game with Google. Look, this is not just about LLMs. that this is something much, much bigger. And I continue to believe it's year 3 of an 8 to 10 year build out.
I saw actually Elon Musk did not like that Google was partnering with Apple pertaining to Siri because they already thought Apple and Google were already in bed together too much with the other things. What did you think about that?
Yeah, look,
Musk comment?
I get the view from Musk, but my view is that one's Google, one the DOJ suit, that kind of opened the door for what ultimately is going to be the Apple deal. Because look, Apple, I mean, they're gonna continue to bet on Google, and that's the smart thing for them to do because it's not going to happen internally. Google ultimately gets opportunity to monetize. You know, when you look at Apple, you look at their broader install base, which is unrivaled. And I think this is a reality. The stronger going to get stronger. You see more and more partnerships in M&A.
And so with Apple, I think about Apple, you have a price target here of 350. That's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, it's also one of our favorites because my view, like, the AI premium is not built into the stock here. Like, I actually think that's something when you look at the upside, talk about $7,500 per share as they monetize the install base. And our whole view is like, you needed a Google partnership. You're obviously going to iPhone 17 sales, iPhone 18, the foldable, but it all comes down to AI. The consumer AI revolution ultimately goes through Cupertino.
NVIDIA, you said something like it's NVIDIA's world and everybody else is just paying rent. When does NVIDIA, as Google hits 4 trillion today, when does NVIDIA hit 5 trillion? How quickly?
Look, look, obviously that's a core in the Ives AI 30. Like, I just believe there's one chip in the world fueling the AI revolution, and it's Nvidia. And actually, if you look at the stocks actually kind of languished a bit because I think, look, now what you're seeing is the rest of that trade, whether it's Micron, AMD, Broadcom. But, I think I think it's a misnomer because to me, Nvidia continues to be at the centerpiece of the AI trade.
If 2025 taught us anything, it was that the only thing that is constant is unpredictability. Consider Nvidia as an example. Before uncertainty slowed its growth last year, the chipmaker had explosive advances for 2 years in a row. The company faced a long list of difficulties in 2025, but investors scaled a wall of concern that originally caused the stock to drop 37%. However, according to statistics from S&Amp, P Global Market Intelligence, the stock surged 38.9% to end the year, more than doubling the S&Amp. P500's 16.4% gains. Let's examine the factors that contributed to the stock's 2025 increase and the reasons why there may be more to come in the upcoming year. Since Nvidia had achieved consecutive years of triple-digit growth driven by the demand for artificial intelligence, AI, the bar was set high for the company last year. Some investors were anxious despite the fact that a slowdown in its growth was anticipated. Furthermore, although those worries were unjustified, others were worried that the release of DeepSeek's R1 reasoning model might lessen demand for NVIDIA's AI-centric graphics processing units, GPUs. Although the prospect of higher pricing was heightened by the widespread imposition of import taxes, investors eventually adopted a wait-and-see strategy. The largest obstacle was probably the prohibition on selling AI chips to Chinese consumers. NVIDIA started exporting its H20 AI chips in 2024 after designing them to comply with stringent export regulations. Uncertainty was increased, though, when the Trump administration prohibited the sale of these chips to China at the beginning of 2025. The anticipated decline in demand brought on by DeepSeek and tariffs never happened, and NVIDIA kept up a steady growth in both revenue and profits. The company's fiscal 2026 third quarter ended on October 26th, saw record sales of $57 billion, up 62% year over year, and earnings per share EPS of $1.30, up 67%. NVIDIA's forecast, which calls for Q4 revenue of $65 billion, or an 84% increase, indicates that the company's revenue growth will pick up speed. There are grounds for optimism that NVIDIA can accomplish those ambitious objectives, some of which may even out to be conservative. During his keynote speech at CES last week, CEO Jensen Huang unexpectedly revealed that NVIDIA's revolutionary Vera Rubin, the company's next-generation AI processors, were already in full production 6 months ahead of schedule. More significantly, Huang claimed that Rubin would cost 90% less to infer than its existing Blackwell chip. Furthermore, Nvidia's prior revenue projection of $500 billion by the end of 2026 was deemed excessively conservative by CFO Colette Kress, who also stated that the company would definitely exceed its earlier estimate. Lastly, allegations surfaced that Chinese regulators are about to approve imports of Nvidia's H200 chips for specific Chinese customers, following the Trump administration's reversal of direction late last year. Government, military, and other sensitive uses will not be allowed, although Nvidia may benefit from this. Chip sales to China might reach $50 billion a year, according to Huang's earlier estimates. Nvidia continued to develop quickly last year, defying critics, and 2026 might be even better. Additionally, the stock is reasonably valued at less than 25 times the anticipated earnings for the upcoming year. A representative for the American chipmaker stated in a statement to Reuters on Tuesday that Nvidia does not demand upfront payment for H200 processors. In reaction to a January 8 Reuters story regarding the company imposing exceptionally strict terms requiring full upfront payment from Chinese clients wanting its artificial intelligence chips, the corporation stated that it would never ask consumers to pay for things they do not receive. According to a person who spoke to Reuters, Nvidia's typical terms for Chinese clients used to contain prior payment requirements, but occasionally they were permitted to make a deposit instead of paying in full upfront. Join our investor community. Hit subscribe and like to get your daily Nvidia stock insights and tutorials delivered. However, given the uncertainty surrounding whether Chinese officials would approve the shipments, the corporation has been especially stringent in enforcing criteria for the H200, the individual continued. A payment arrangement like this for the H200 would essentially shift financial risk from Nvidia to its clients, who would have to invest money without knowing if Beijing would sanction the chip imports or if they could implement the technology as intended. At the moment, Nvidia's market value is $4.5 trillion. It would need a 56% increase in stock price for it to reach $7 trillion in 2026. Nvidia should be at the top of every investor's shopping list if it really has a chance to become a $7 trillion corporation in 2026. Any stock that increases that quickly in a year is worth investing in. Although a few things need to happen, I believe Nvidia can accomplish this ambitious objective in 2026. Nvidia will undoubtedly be a top stock to own this year if these events materialize. In 2025, AI hyperscalers invested a record amount of money in building data centers. All of them have warned investors that spending will rise in 2026 as well. For Nvidia, this is significant because its graphics processing units, GPUs, are the industry standard for training and executing AI models. Not only are Nvidia's GPUs the best on the market, but its connecting infrastructure and controlling software are also excellent. Because of this, Nvidia is the preferred provider for data center equipment. However, there is a problem. Nvidia's cloud GPU capacity has completely sold out. Nvidia has already taken a number of actions to optimize its output, but it still needs to grow its capacity to satisfy this extraordinary demand. In 2026, Nvidia intends to drastically cut its gaming GPU output. This action will free up chips for use in the more lucrative and popular cloud GPUs. Second, Nvidia is pressuring Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, its chip supplier, to boost production. As a result, Nvidia will have more supply and be able to boost manufacturing to satisfy the enormous market demand for its processors. Both of these goals, in my opinion, can be accomplished by 2026, allowing Nvidia to continue growing quickly. Wall Street analysts predict a 50% increase in Nvidia's revenue for the fiscal year 2027, which ends in January 2027. Since analysts have continuously understated Nvidia's potential for growth, I wouldn't be shocked if the real number is higher. Additionally, China is a little-known element that can increase Nvidia's sales even more. It looks like Nvidia is ready to start selling chips to China again. While Nvidia has roughly 700,000 H200 processors on hand, Reuters reports that there is a demand for roughly 2 million units. If these first shipments are successful, there may be even greater demand, which might accelerate Nvidia's growth pace this year. With all of this, Nvidia might have a $7 trillion firm if all goes according to plan. We must assume the following in order for Nvidia to reach a $7 trillion market valuation. The profit margins for Nvidia stay the same. Nvidia achieves the 50% growth predicted by analysts. The value of Nvidia remains unchanged. It is anticipated that funding on AI will continue in 2027. At Nvidia's current 53% profit margin, the average Wall Street analyst expects $320 billion in revenue for fiscal year 2027, translating into $170 billion in profits by the conclusion of the fiscal year. With a price-to-earnings ratio of 46 at the moment, Nvidia is actually less expensive than it has been in recent years. The stock would be worth $7.8 trillion, with $320 billion in profits at a PE ratio of 46. If that happens, investors would make a huge profit, and this prediction doesn't include many irrational assumptions, which gives me even more confidence. But by the end of 2027, there must also be indications of growth. If not, Nvidia's stock would fall in expectation of a downturn in demand. Numerous forecasts suggest that AI expenditures will keep rising until 2030, which makes Nvidia an obvious choice for stock purchases today. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.